Welcome to the journey of pugging a +20 key, with yours, Mr. Damlow, and the tale of Milking Monk. Milking Monk has been through a lot already in the series, travelling across 16 key levels already, some with victories, others with betrayal and solace. As his travels continue, so does his experience, knowledge, and his declining mental fortitude. 3 key levels left to the mesmerizing beauty of a +20 weekly vote. Keep watching to find out the result of this journey in who knows how many episodes left as we milk this monk. Now every time you hit 3 debuffs, oh no. Here we are at our final episode, and for this one, I thought we'd do it slightly differently, and with it being possibly the finale. We know whether it's the finale, because hopefully this episode will be the last one. And we are kicking off with a 20 Algafar Academy. And to be honest, I haven't actually played my monk too much. In the grand scheme of things, of how many runs we've done, with our timed keys, and I think we've only failed just a couple. With our timed keys, we've done 15 keys and 2 failed. Now, I've been following a lot of other people's series, really, to have a look at what they've been doing, and I've noticed a lot more farming. Looking at my, my primal infusions and stuff like that, I don't even have any upgrades I could possibly do with my crafting gear. It's been a massive rush, really, to this +20. I have got decent item level, I'll give myself that, at 399, and actually we're going upgrade just beforehand. But I don't want to put out expectations that you should be able to just fly through every key and go up, because we haven't had much trouble. I have been quite lucky with this one, and actually I've been playing my Fire Mage and setting up my Fire Mage for a similar series, but we'll talk about that at another point. And I think I've already done more keys on that Fire Mage that I have done on this monk, so it's a bit of a struggle really, because my experience on the character isn't as much as it could be in terms of tanking, which is why it's a bit scary going into this +20, and it is a +20 academy, and on a tyrannical week, that is potentially a dangerous key. There's a lot of mechanics on those bosses that will just insta-kill someone. We're gonna have to hope for a team that can really, put out the damage, survive, and do the mechanics, and hopefully I can pull big enough that we can blast through the key itself. I'm glad that we aren't finishing on a Court of Stars or a Shadow Moon Burial Ground. I think that really just makes this all a bit more legitimate, or a bit more tense and a bit more fun. And I think doing it live as well, not knowing whether I have done the key or not successfully, keeps it spicy for when we watch through it. So let's go and do some upgrades quickly. So let's fly to the item upgrader. And let me just have a look at what should we upgrade with 399. Now, with my best stats being crit verse, I'm probably wanting to look for something that has verse on, as well as agility. So you can upgrade these rings, but they don't come with agility, so you're not getting that bonus, which is obviously your main stat is the best stat that you can upgrade as you bring that up. So I'm going to go with my legs because they have high verse on, and I might be able to do 2. Oh, I'm not even high enough rating on here. I'm actually 1.9k. So let's put that up 1, and actually we'll see what that takes me to as we do that. So 400 item level, a nice round number to finish it on. I could potentially put in my helmet too, or we could go with my cloaks. That gives me 6 agility. This gives me 13 agility on there. Oh, that's already too high. So let's just go with a cloak, and we'll just upgrade that once. We just want to squeeze in as much as we can. We're also missing an enchant on the main weapon, and looking at my internet, I'm actually running at 250 ping, so let me sort that out before we start the key. I have no idea what's going on with that, but for now, let's have a look and get our enchant. Now, what we're actually going to go with, and I'd always recommend kind of having a look online at what is the best option for you, because you don't really want to just be guessing this stuff. Okay, great. So we can go with a frozen wit. That's 8.99, so we get some extra verse coming out of that, or we can increase the wit by 1,290. Now, because I'm cheap and I only have 2k go to my name, let's go for the cheaper one. Now, some of these, you know, the free cost upgrades and enchants and gems can be very expensive. If there's not much in it and you're not doing the highest level of keys, it's fine taking these slightly lower cost enchants overall. As long as you have some, I definitely recommend it. When you're pushing the higher content, and really 20 is high, I would recommend getting the best stuff on there. And actually, we see that my cloak isn't enchanted either, so let's go ahead and grab an enchant for that. And regenerative leech. So leech is just fantastic overall. It means the damage you do, you're going to receive back as healing, and you can do so much damage on tanks that it is actually extremely worth it. Okay, great. I'm going to sort out my internet, and then we're going to be back ready to start forming the group.
5 hours later.
Okay, great. Internet is sorted. Back to normal ping. No idea what was up with that, but we are ready to start forming it now. And I can't delay myself anymore as much as I want to. So let's go in with this plus 20 academy and see how we do with it. So what am I looking for in terms of grouping? Because that's something that I haven't really touched on since I've started this series. I haven't looked at what type of groups am I wanting to make. Now, battle res and lust is always a priority. You always want to have those. Yes, you can get drums in there, but it's not the same. Item level is somewhat of a good indicator, but the rating is more important, and I'm going to be looking out for people who have already done 20s. Now, I wouldn't mind too much, you know, giving people more chances on it, and you may struggle getting into 20 keys if you haven't timed them already. People are always going to join who have already timed them. So that's why we say to push your own key. That's going to give you a better chance of completing them. And once you have some 20s under your belt, then you get a chance of getting invited. Currently, nobody would invite this character to a 20 key. Now, as well as the lust and the CR, we always also want to look at some priority damage, with it being a tyrannical week, so some single target damage classes would be good. So some rogues or mages or enhancement shamans would also be very nice. So let's have a look at what we have. I may probably skip forwards and I'll talk once we actually accept some people in here. Ordinary, I would invite this paladin, but I know that paladins really struggle in healing amongst themselves, so we're going to avoid that. And I'm also going to decline, so they're not waiting in the group list. Let's also put some IO racing on it, just as a minimum, so I'm not wasting people's time in here. Oh, I can't have a minimum score other than my own. That is so BM. Never mind then. Alright, back to it. Okay, we're going to pick up our first player, which is this Frost Mage, who has timed some 20s. Mainly Halls of Valor. So this is something that isn't too great. We're actually going to skip over this one, although it's a pretty good rating overall. You can see the main 20s that has been done is Shadow Moon Burial Ground and Course of Stars, which are much easier keys, so I'm actually going to wait and be a bit fussy. So there we go. We're going to pick up our first one, which is a Shadow Freeze. Shadow Freeze has some fantastic damage. They've done a lot of 20s across the board. So they've had 13 time 20s, quite a lot on Tyrannical. Shadow Freeze are really strong, just in general. Plus, it's going to be nice to have that stamina buff to fall back on to as well. So that's our first pickup. We're still needing that Lust and that CR. So let's see who else we have. Alright, we're going to pick up our next one, which is a Warlock, who is rated a 2688, and they did have a ++ no cooled on Tyrannical, so a tougher key there. That is our combat res. We're slowly building up this party here. We have a Rogue in there. We have a nice healer that's just in there. So although they haven't done Academy, they've done a lot of keys on 20 already. So that's really good to see. We'll say a nice hi to the group. And the last thing we need now is a Lust. So is there anybody in here already? If not, I will look at just simply refreshing. We have a mage there. There we go. We got a mage that we will invite to. Fantastic. Ping, is it still okay? Yeah, it's looking all right. So our group, our comp, we have 2 master spells, which doesn't mean too much. Well, we got a PI, or 2 PIs, shall we say, mages. So that's going to generally upgrade our DPS overall. Frost, I think, is particularly quite good. There we go. Frost, I think, is particularly quite good at single target damage and just killing bosses in general. We have our Warlock, who's had some stuns in. Obviously, we got our health stones. We have our combat res in there. So overall, quite a nice key, or a nice team. We'll see how this goes, and we'll see whether we wipe super early on. Now, I have noticed just a bit of ping in there, so we'll see how this goes.
Several months later.
So I have now plugged in wireless for this key. I don't really want any problem with the internet cutting out. I have no idea what's going on. I know I use wireless. I know I shouldn't. It works for me most of the time. So let's do our countdown. And let's give it a go. Now, this key, I've actually been putting off for a little bit. Because I'm a bit scared of running it, especially live. I don't know why I'm doing it live. I'm going to be far more distracted, and the commentary might not be as top tier, but hopefully it's more exciting. But it's been a bit nerve-wracking coming into this 20, being the first time I'm doing it on my monk. I don't play my monk that much, because obviously I'm only playing my monk whilst I'm pugging. So my experience on it isn't too great, so let's ping them that we're going left now. We're going to grab the first buff. I see a lot of people are grabbing first there. And we will double full, and we're going to use some, or a lot of cooldowns in here. We are mainly watching out that this blast does not happen, or does not go up in here. We can stun when we want to. It's not too big of a deal. We're going to put down our tower, and we're going to just keep going up. Now, this damage is going to hurt quite a bit. We can purify when we need to, and actually we're going to Celestial Brew to make things a bit easier. Now, at the end of this, I don't really want to get hit, so let me just kite out of that. And no problem. Now, in terms of this mob, I'm going to wait here. We can get a taunt in, bring everything across, and I know here this can actually be LOS, which is what should be done, but it doesn't matter if it's not being LOS. So what I mean by that is we can actually bring them up here so it's at the side, and whenever it goes to lunge, it can run around the corner. You see top right, and it cancels the lunge itself, meaning that we get a bit more uptime. I'm also going to Celestial Brew. I don't know why I got pulled there. I got gripped in by one of the priests. which makes it a bit more difficult. Gonna come back to the line of sight that we have here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna touch of death this last one.
You subscribe.
And we can bring the next pack with this. So what I'll do is I can taunt this with some fast move speed, get him over here, and let's actually go just into the next pack. Make sure the mana's good. Yep, the mana's good. So what are we going to do here? We're going to do another double pull, which is kind of scary, but oh shit. Okay, right. We're on everything. We're back together. We're back in it. Do I regret doing this? Kind of. So let's just keep. We can use some more defensives in here. We want to kick that. We want to make sure this mythic blast doesn't get off. Okay, we can use this ring of peace to drop our damage a bit. There we go. Oh, another clean pool. Right, let's touch of death, the book. Very nice, very nice. Right, make sure we clear. We'll go to the next pack. And we'll pull these. And the textbooks is the main thing that we're wanting to make sure it does not get off here. Now again, any point that I need to, I'll pop my Celestial Brew, preferably on 10 stacks of that, so you can see just above my weak aura, that's how many stacks I am cleansing, and how many stacks of my Celestial that I have there. So we can pop a nice Celestial Brew in here, no problem, and make sure that we are dealing our damage. Now I've noticed my damage details in this. Now while we're waiting for this to spawn, because usually you'd have to wait for RP here, we can just go in and we can kill this pack. Just so we're not waiting for this RP, we're actively doing something. Essentially, that's the go here. Obviously, this pack can be done at any time, but we'd be stood there for 10 seconds anyway, so let's just burn some damage here. Break these down. Okay, right. Mana is good. Let's go in to this boss then. Now, oh, I used my Celestial Brew really early by accident, so what I'm gonna do is on the first frontal, because that's really the big damage, I'm gonna use a magic defensive there. So, okay, that is the main thing that we are worried about on here. It's just that frontal. That's going to be our main source of damage. Now, obviously, it's going to be different for the DPS. They're going to be worried about the mana bombs swap over. But for us, that's what we are keeping an eye out for. And we want to basically have our Celestial Brew up for it. So let's pop Celestial. And there we go. It doesn't do any damage to us. Now here we dodge our 3 times. That's all we need to make sure that we're doing. We get a bit of overlap with the mana bombs, so let's make sure that we pick up as many as we can and help out our team. Grab that one too, so I am on 4. We'll pop a Celestial Brew, and it doesn't even touch us like that. That's nice. Okay, same thing. Right, let's pick up as many as I can to try and help out our team. Alright, we're gonna have our Celestial Brew up again. Damage is fine. Damage is fine. Right, Arcane Fissure here. We're gonna dodge 3 times. And pick up. Actually, now I want one of these orbs to hit. That is to desync the boss's abilities, because what we don't want is to get a really mean overlap, and we're actually in danger of that if we don't do this desync. Right, Celestial Brew. There we go. Usually I'd be a lot more chill running these keys. I don't know, doing it live, it gives it a bit more pressure, really, and I don't really get it. So here's our Arcane Fissure. We're dodging again. We know we're not going to get our overlap now. And I roll forwards in there to stop the storming. Maybe it was necessary, maybe it wasn't. Now, I hit that Celestial Brew again that time, but I did not have the charges. That's why I took so much damage there. I wasn't cleansing enough. Okay, great. First boss down. Cool. Looking okay. Damage is looking good overall. The Warlock's pumping. So we're going to come to the left here, and we're going to pick up this pack. Now, this pack is actually kind of mean, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's a particularly easy pack. Anything with a Battle Axe in, that Battle Axe actually really hurts you as a tank. So that is what you have to really watch out for. And DPS, if you're going to prio everything, do your tank a favor and make it that Battle Axe. Alright, here we are hitting a taunt. We are pulling back to the same place where we can LOS. Oh, flip me. Although I don't think we are really LOSing, so this doesn't really matter for me. But for my sake, I'm gonna come to here where we can LOS, and I'm just gonna prio damage on the scepter, as that is really the only thing that can kill us here. Now, we're going to be doing the same thing here. The Ravager has a lot of HP. So what can we do in terms of pulling? Now, we could maybe go bigger if it wasn't bowstring. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this in 2 pools. And hopefully the Battle Axe dies soon. But as soon as this is dead, we can then head over to the other group, that other pack over there. So we are just making sure that this dies, at least the Battle Axe. Although this is so low and they're dying, they're doing pretty well prioritizing their damage. So now, watch out, Chi Wave, we'll group everything up here, and we can put out some damage. And we're gonna have to use some defensives in here. We're taking a fair few hits, and it's just this Battle Axe, man, it hurts so much. Okay, alright. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff there. Right, we can continue on. We can boost into the next group. I'm hoping that... I'll move my microphone away. Okay, right. Into this mob. Not a problem. Just as long as we dodge the tornadoes. That's all that matters here, really. The Storm Slash hurts a bit if you're ever going to want to... Oh, speaking of dodging tornadoes. If you're ever wanting to use a defensive as a tank, it's on the Storm Slash. But on a tyrannical week, this boss isn't... Or this mini-as isn't too bad at all. We're pretty safe while fighting it. As long as we dodge those storms, because that's the thing that hurts. We can run out. Now you can LOS that rather than running out all this way. It doesn't make a difference, really. Now, one thing that I have noticed in my comp is that we are running free range, which isn't great just in terms of the amount of kicks you got. Melee just has more kicks, essentially, or a lower cooldown on kicks. So that might be a reason why you want more melee than ranged. Now, we're wanting our lust for the fire stage of this boss. We have 4 minutes on our cooldown, but that should be enough in here. Should be enough enough time to get that lust back for when the boss is on that fire phase. We have a bit of RP to go through. We know it's in the second phase of the boss. Although we are flying through this at a nice rate. Now, I hate that these ads do not land now. You get no time to grab aggro at them, so be aware. It was simply to stop a, I guess an exploit of being able to spawn these faster as a group. But it does mean now that they spawn in the sky and fly down, and your healer gets aggro, your range get aggro before they even get to you, so try and damage them before they actually land. It's going to help you out a bit. Big boasted bird. It's really annoying that these mobs give boastering and bursting and sanguine pools as well. It makes these packs just a bit more annoying. We still have 3 minutes left on our lust, which I'm a bit worried that's not going to come up in time. I'm going to pop some defensives here when I wasted my kick there, which isn't great. Now, we're just going to use our ring of peace. I'm just going to stop some birds, but not all of them. As long as these kicks go off, these kicks essentially empowers, I think it empowers the auto attacks or gives them mega attack speed, but either way you do not want to get or let those casts go off because they will really hurt. Even now you can see I'm doing 35k HPS against just 2 ads, but that's boastering for you. Bit of a close call then on storming. Okay, 2 minutes left. That might be enough time. Just comes off CD. We go to 4 stacks. Now, just kind of letting everybody know. Actually, fire phase. Make sure I don't get hit by that. Actually, just looking, it's 40 seconds left, so this is perfect timing. Deafening Screech. That is scary for the party. You're just going to soak that up as a tank, but as a healer, obviously, you're wanting to make sure that that is covered. As a tank, this Savage Peck is really going to be where you're going to take most of your damage in here. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting myself a nice Celestial Brew. There we go. For that Savage Peck. Obviously, any cooldowns that you can use around that is also good. Definitely Screech coming up. We're going to Fortifying Brew this. Might not be needed, but it's going to deal some damage. You can see we're already at a high FPS already. Savage Peck come in. I can just pop my Celestial Brew to help soak up some of that damage. And we are on 4 stacks. So really important that people are going to be using some defensives on the next one. Including me. Because that is going to hurt. Definitely Screech. Everyone's going to take big damage. And now we can throw the orb in for 3 stacks of it. It's gonna come in, and now we lust, and the boss is gonna take, I think, 40% extra damage, 75% increased damage for a bit of time. So we're trying to make the most out of our lust, out of our cooldowns. We dodge the frontal, and this is where the fight gets fun. Not too bad at this point. We are just simply dodging everything that we can, all the fire essentially. Now I'm going to try and help my healer out by setting up these goes. I'm going to come in here, so I am a clicker when it comes to my extra action button. Don't do that. Thank God we're already clearing. So let's pop my Celestial Brew. Okay, right. I've put in 2 goes already. Now this second time does clear the screeching again. And we're probably just going to go to 3 stacks here. Let's pop my trinket. Because we don't need to go for 4. We don't really want to have to survive that. And the reason why you don't want to do this earlier, even though it's on 12% HP, is we are going to get... Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. We are going to get these tornadoes now. Now, in terms of these tornadoes, they do hurt, obviously. We're going to use a health stone there. We are going to bring this boss down to this ledge. Now, the reason why this can be quite nice is because we don't get nowhere near as many tornadoes down here. You see, we only have 1 tornado. Oh my god, Celestial Brew. Oh my goodness, right. Okay. Right, we made it. What's the time? 13 minutes. As a res this healer. I did LOS, so... Ooh. Yeah, that was my bad. Generally, the bottom of the stairs is safer. I was worried about LOSing, which made all the things a bit scarier in here. The Warlock is going to have to run round. What we'd do... is we're going to pop our 4 brew here. We're going to try and deal with this pack. Now, I don't particularly want to get more than just these ads in here. I don't want to get 2 sets of Skitterflies, just because when if they don't die early on, I don't want them to get super boasted, essentially. So I only bought these all the way over because our Warlock was cut off from where they died. That's why I came all the way over here. Otherwise, I would have tanked it kind of where we were before. God, there's so much stuff on the ground here. Alright, we're going to pop a few more defensives here. Some detonation seeds going on. Thank God we've cleared. These guys have 5 stacks now, which is pretty scary. So these Skitterflies are definitely ramping. We're going to have some trouble on them. So let's Touch of Death 1 to get that over with. Okay, and we have the hard pull done. Oh, he says, as he almost dies. All right, I looked away. Shouldn't look away. Okay, now we're going to grab the rest of this pack. I'm going to try and grab aggro here. Now, it's quite good to actually stack here, even as range, because it means when these Skitterflies are jumping, they're not coming out far. Just means... Oh, got caught by explosive. Just means that they are consistently together. Oh my god, right, let's pop some. We're going to clear our damage here. Just means that they are consistently together, so for the AoE and like the damage all around, they just go down a bit quicker. And they go down evenly as well. You do have to watch out for their destination seeds, but generally they always go to a player. So if they're stacked on top, it's actually going to be easier to dodge them. Okay, right. Stack on me. We rotate left. Yep, the Warlock would like to rebuff. Alright, the bark stuff. It says that is what hurts against this boss. And I'm really annoyed I don't have my boss timers on. So this debuff, 100% extra physical damage taken, quite a dangerous overlap. Especially when the ad spawns. Now this is a pretty nice group up. We are not wanting to completely blow our cooldowns here though. We want to hold our cooldowns. These ads do not come up, so they actually don't do anything here. Oh. Alright, wonderful. Alright, so we are stacking again. And we have to survive this, so I'm gonna pop my CDs. We got a kick there. We have our Ring of Peace as well. We have to survive a little bit longer. We have Explosive Keg to try and survive. And now after this, we get Germinate almost instantly. So we are adapting here, and we are still going. Now we know we're going to be in a bit of danger when that ad comes up, because we have the bleed on us. And we're also going to get this debuff, the Daybreaker. So we're going to pop our Celestial Brew. Now you see we get this green circle coming. Oh, well, there's still quite a lot of these lashes up. This is going to be dangerous. We're going to bring a piece early because I'm pretty sure I do not have the aggro that I need here. When they come in, we're going to stun. We're going to have to do some kiting here. And we're going to come back in for the Germinate. Oh my god, I'm getting scared. Okay, right. Heal up, try and stabilize. Right, we're gonna hit our Celestial Brew. Let's try and concentrate here. What do I have? I have quite a lot of different defensives still available to me, but I am running behind. Okay, so absolutely horrendous thing here. So we have a Ring of Peace. Let's get our Ring of Peace. We have a Fortify Brew. We can touch of death. Oh, okay. Not a problem. 7 minutes left. Right, we gotta go. We gotta go. 7 minutes left. Whew. What's our mana like? Our healer's drinking. We wait just a little bit then, because I don't really fancy dying. We want to get aggro here, because I'm not doing a very good job at getting it. There we go. Okay, right. We're stabilizing a bit more. Right, I have my Ring of Peace to cancel some of these spins when they do come up. So let's cancel these. And you can actually just stand in these Ring of Peace, and it can cancel multiple, which is quite nice. I can paralyze one. We got a DB there, Dragon's Breath. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, great. Patrol's there, right? That means we run it around. We come around the long way. We're on 5 minutes. So now that we're around the long way, we can come in here. I just want to get aggro at this point. And I also want to use some early defensives. Now, I'm going to hold off going back here. We want some kicks when we can. We have a stun there. And the next I have is a Ring of Peace to stop this. Really, the arcane missiles here. Usually you would save it for the spin. I don't have any range on me. I'm happy to just walk away the spin. The arcane missiles... it really is going to be what's going to hurt me. They stack up really fast, and they actually really hurt. So 1 left. 4 minutes 56. As long as we don't fuck up this boss, we should be good. Right, we're running in. Right, this is the boss. Mana, he needs a bit of a drink. That's okay, we got a little bit of time to drink. And I'm gonna go now on 75%. Shouldn't need more than that. Okay. We have lust for this as well. I did not know that. Okay, that's why that previous fight was a bit tougher, because we didn't actually have lust on that fight. But having lust on this makes it doable. Now, the main thing, where can we fuck up on this fight? Where's the screw up? Every time you get hit by a bomb, or you receive some damage by this boss, by one of its abilities, you do get a debuff. Now, every time you hit 3 debuffs, oh no. Okay. Okay. Huh. As I was saying, every time you get hit by a debuff, you get a stack. 3 stacks, that is what causes you to drop a pool. So this mage is going to drop a pool. He's doing the right thing. He's going off to the side. And you will see that that pool is now dropped over there, although the mage gets caught by the breath. That's right. That's our last CR. Okay. Shit just got real. Right. No problem. Now, I can put this back on the boss. Bit of damage on there. Might diffuse magic. Right, we got no more CR. So, what's the main thing? Breaths. As a ranged DPS, breaths are scary. You can see here. Standing closer to the boss actually means you're going to have an easier time for dodging these breaths, because obviously it's not going to cover as wide of a place. Mage doing a very good job. He's running out. My dog's starting to bark. Not the time, dog. We don't need this kind of stress. Alright, I'm going to bring the boss away from this immediate pool. I'm going to close my door. Oh. Alright. I hope you're rooting for me. There'll be some of you wishing that I'm going to fail right now. Oh, we get 2 dead. Okay, that is dreadful. Absolutely terrible. Alright, the mage is up for a bit of time in here. We got 2 minutes on this. How we have so many deaths on this fight. We have a CR coming up at some point. We are going to have to be really clever about our cooldowns now. We got about 15 seconds until we get another CR here. We got a breath. Let's come up. Into storming here. Okay, up. Okay, right. Excellent. Right, the healer's back up. We got 1 minute left. We're going to move away from that puddle. I'm getting a lot of these bombs. What do we have? 1 minute left. Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, cool. Right, we just have way too much that we need to dodge over there. So we're going to move this boss. Although I'm going to drop another one, aren't I? Oh! Fortifying Groove. Okay. Hellstone. What else do I have? 9% left. 30 seconds left. Oh, we need an exploding keg. I can't see anything. I'm trying to test. 4% left. Oh, deal damage. 2 seconds left. Oh, we've done it. Fuck me. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a final episode. Holy shit. Cool. Not even close. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cool. I can't believe how messy that last kill. It was going so smoothly at that point. I'm really happy that it ended in such a fun key and such a fun situation. So that's it for the series. We're finished. Milking Monk has completed his journey with completing a plus 20 at just over 400 item level. And I'm trying to think what I've kind of learned from the journey, or what I'm hoping to pick up from it. So, number one, doing your own keys. That is going to be a big priority. There's no way I would have been invited to no keys on this character at all. I suggest doing other people's keys if, and let's put this in a nice finishing chat here so we can stay here. I suggest doing your own keys. One, if you are farming for some primal concentrations to get your item level up. Now that Valor is uncapped, that's a tactic that I'm doing on my mage as we speak. In terms of recruiting the party, stable party compositions, knowing what you need for what dungeon as well can help, like when you need those mass dispels, making sure you have your lust, making sure you have your CR, and always focus on people's main IO score. That's a really good tip. That usually means people know what they're doing, even if they are playing their ults in there. So that's a good indicator that someone is just generally going to be a solid player on there. Now, when it comes to plus 20, you're going to get lots of people applying. You have to be a little bit picky, because obviously everybody wants a plus 20. We get our weekly votes, which is cool. That's going to come in 2 days. So this is a Monday that I'm filming this on. Everybody's going to want the plus 20, so you need to be a bit picky. You're going to get lots of applications, and an easy plus 20 is the Shadow Moon or the Court of Stars keys. That's probably the ones that people are going to be timed a lot. Try and have a bit of patience. Look for people who have done multiple 20s in time. It's going to take a little bit to form the group, but overall it means you're going to have more success. And don't imagine that every 20 is going to go well. A lot's going to fail. There are just a lot of one-shot mechanics. Sometimes people are going to get hit by it. Sometimes your guildmate is going to die onto the last boss of Academy by a spin 2 times in a row, 2 keys in a row on a plus 22. Not that I'm judging, but it's going to happen. Just try and pick it up, upgrade your key, and keep going. Now, I've hoped you've enjoyed the series, I really do. In terms of what's next for the channel, I have a Fire Mage that I've been recording on quite a bit, and we're going to be doing a similar type of series, but I want to focus more on storytelling for the series, a bit more editing, rather than a run through of keys. And I've chosen Fire Mage just because I haven't played range for a while, so mixing it up is going to be fun. It's also not really considered too meta, although it's appeared in a few MDI keys, which is cool, so people might actually start accepting me in there. And I want to show you a few tricks that you can do to kind of make yourself stronger and get your IO up. So it's not just going to be a straight, focus to plus 20. It's going to be more of a interactive storytelling series. Now, as usual, if you've liked this key and this video and this series, which I hope you have, I hope you've enjoyed spending kind of the time together, and I hope you've enjoyed having my face cam on this, my mug showing on the screen, and my stress. I'm sure I'm going to watch back and be slightly cringe at some of those moments where everything seemed to be going wrong. But if you have liked it, drop a like, give me some comments on the video. It's kind of really good motivation receiving comments on there. And if you haven't, feel free to subscribe. I've only been doing this for 2 to 3 weeks now, and we're closing in on 60 subscribers, so that's cool. It's just nice to have some feedback from the audience themselves. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and good luck with your pugging keys. Peace.